several days ago, did a video, same spot. Temperature sensor for the Dakota Digital VHX gauge cluster for the square body Chevys. And I was talking about my original sensor was shorting out or open circuit when it's hot. And the replacement I bought, it was supposed to have a spot you can cut off, it was actually hollow inside, called Dakota Digital. And they sent me another one that had the tip on it that you could cut off. I put that in, did a video about it, and it was indicating around 220 when the engine was still cold. Thermostat had operated, but it should be 190 below 200. I was seeing 220. Did a video about that. I've driven it 100 miles or so, and I can't look at driving along, look down, 220. And my little flashing, I got set to 210, the warning flasher never comes on. But what is it really? I'm indicating 220, looks like on the gauge. So I reset that to 190, the flasher, and it comes on the warning flash, and it's showing the thermostat's open at 206 to 207. So I just pulled the replacement Dakota Digital, even says Dakota Digital on here. Focus. Can you focus? Let me zoom in. Dakota Digital 0405. Anyway, and it is solid inside. There's no white goo in there. This is the piece I just cut off. Solid brass. So I'm going to install that. Might as well let you watch me do that too, I guess. The other one's just hand tight because I just stuck the original back in there to keep coolant. So let me swap this out. Use two hands, not lose too much coolant. I'm hoping that the shorter this is my original 2017 purchase Dakota Digital, which is same size as the one I just put in. Pretty much I was 10 to 12 degrees too hot with this on the end of it. I just cut that off, whoa, and tighten it up, and we'll see what we get. Go for another test drive. So now plug in, there it is. Plug back in. Those two, this. Put them in the truck. Get rid of the gloves. Go for a test drive. Okay. Do the same as before. Let you stay outside while I fire the engine up, and we'll go for a drive. Obviously a cold engine. Oh. 59 degrees. No. 48 degrees. Okay. No EEE. So we plugged it in correctly. This over here. Let's go for a drive. Try the one-handed seatbelt thing with this hand this time. It worked so good last time. flasher on that, where it says 3.1, I accidentally reset my trip mileage. It was over 100 when I was trying to do the setting thing. Take the same route I took the other day, and that should have us to the next 2 miles. Thermostat popping, and we'll see what temperature it's flashing at. Hopefully it's lower with the in cutoff and not higher. Seeing 220 on that was just kind of discouraging. Even though I know it's not right. Looking over, nah, I don't like seeing that. I want to see the right numbers. And since the fast idle is still on, the engine coolant is below 94 degrees. It just turned off. So now we're around 100. That's on the rear passenger cylinder head. It turns off at 94 degrees. And we're indicating a little more than 100 here, so that might not be a good sign. We'll see. Because the sensors in the driver front cylinder head. Same port, head flipped around the other way. So I did my other video a few days ago, several days ago. It was 50 degrees outside temp. Today is 47, so should take about the same amount of road. Just have to get off my dirt road. I didn't mention the last video, but yes, my tachometer is only a 4,000 RPM sweep. When I ordered it, before I ordered it, I called up Dakota Digital and said that's what I wanted. They said, sure, it's going to take a few days longer. Truck's in pieces, I don't care. And they did that. Uh, Dakota Digital has impressed me with their customer service. We're up to 140 on the temperature now. Sorry about the shakiness, but it's the same bumpy pothole back road I was on the last video. We should be within a mile of the thermostat going. We're at 160 indicated. The heater is actually putting out heat, so it's warming up. There's 2 miles into the drive, and we should be real close to having 190 degrees show up on my flashing warning system. There it is, 191. 92. I am climbing a hill. I do have traffic I'm trying to avoid. 95. 96. This morning, or last time I drove it, it went to 208 and it started going back down again. Let's see what we get here. Ooh, 99. All the way to 200. Still think that's too much. 202. Interesting. Got a 195 thermostat. Cutting the end off made no difference in how far it went up. It was going to 206, 207 last time. See, it's going to 206. It's 10 degrees too hot. Interesting. It's saying 191, 192, indicating 200 over there. Let's see where this thing stabilized. That's went down a long downhill grade. $192 is when the thermostat supposed to start opening. 193. I'm cruising along at 20% throttle, no boost. EGTs are at 400 degrees. I'm not pushing the engine at all. 203 is when the thermostat is supposed to be fully open. I'm pretty sure that this thing is reading high. $205. I'm coming to a stop sign, and I'm showing almost 220 over here. But 206 is where we are. I guess I gotta live with it. Yeah, 206 is where it's going. I think it is 10 degrees. It's indicating 10 degrees higher than it should be. I guess the only way to find out would be to switch my sensor over to the crossover pipe next to the thermostat. But reality is, I want to know when when the heads are getting hot. I'll have to play with that. All right, ongoing saga. It's just showing kind of a little bit too high. Let's see what still goes at 206 again. You get in fourth gear, torque converter locked another mile an hour. Now we're locked at 60. Spin to the 65, that's where I am. Well, now, 64. Let's see, it's 2 to 210 over there, and I'm showing 204 here. It's still showing too high from the last 8 years. Let's see, it's back down to 197 again. I don't know. I'll research and report back I got anything, but cutting the end off did not save or change the temperature reading any at all. I thought that would have, but it did not.